Hey everyone, Carlisle here. So even though businesses can't grow without creativity, they also cannot flourish without productivity. And that's why it's always vital to follow up a brainstorm with a strategic planning session. So today, in video 2 of this series, we're gonna teach you exactly what you need to do to take all your concept and ideas from a brainstorm and then translate them into concrete plans and pieces of content for your Instagram or your social media strategy. Plus, at the end of this video, I'm gonna be teaching you exactly how you can get my publishing calendar and social analytics dashboard for free. So it's gonna help you take everything from your brainstorm and really place it into a strategic narrative that's gonna keep your audience engaged with everything that you're putting out so that not a single post ever goes to waste. All right, so I'm really excited. Let's get started. The first thing you need to understand about planning is that it's a little bit less fun than brainstorming. So it's gonna take a lot of I wouldn't say mindless work, but it's gonna feel a little bit like busy work. But the whole point with doing this busy work is really understanding the narrative that you're going to be constructing for your audience. All right, so step 1 of the planning process is taking your brainstorm ideas and concepts and then breaking them into actual pieces of content that you can share. So there's a really easy way I like to do that. Remember how I told you in the first video on brainstorming that I love to record my brainstorming sessions so I don't have to stop and write anything down and so that we don't lose any ideas. So that's why this becomes really important. All right, so step 1 of my planning session is to take the ideas from a brainstorm and then transfer them into a concrete concept for something that's going to help support your business. So remember how I said that, All right, so step 1 of planning is going to be actually taking the brainstorm concepts and then actually transferring them into concrete content ideas for your business. So remember when I showed All right, so step 1 of the planning process is going to be taking all the concepts from the brainstorm and actually creating concrete pieces of content from those ideas. Okay, so remember how I recommended recording your brainstorming sessions in the brainstorm video that I posted last? Well, the reason I did that is because when it comes to step 1 of this planning process, being able to play back my brainstorm and write down all of my ideas at that point is much easier because hearing them for a second time kind of makes them fresh in my memory. It can also spark new ideas, but more importantly, I'm not doing that during the brainstorm. So if you're having to write down and think during a brainstorm, there could be some crucial pieces of information you miss out on. But by recording the brainstorm and then writing down the ideas later, you don't miss those really important ideas. You get to be present, and also it's way better when you're planning your content. So why wouldn't you do it that way? After you've done step 1 and you've transferred your ideas from the brainstorm into concrete pieces of content, now is the really fun part. So what I like to do is get a stack of Post-it notes, and I like to get my list of ideas from my brainstorm and pull out my marketing calendar and start actually building the narrative through creating these pieces of content. So I know that was probably a lot, and some of you are like, wait. I don't even have a marketing calendar. How am I supposed to build a narrative based off of something that I don't even have? So good news for you here. I'm actually offering my social starter kit, which has 2 items, the first being a publishing calendar. So if you don't have a marketing calendar for your business, or if you don't have a publishing calendar for social, then you can get this for free. I'll email it straight to your inbox, and it's going to help you create a really effective and engaging marketing calendar for your business. All right, so now getting back into the planning process of step number 2. In step number 1, what we did is we listened to the brainstorm, we wrote our ideas down. In step number 2, now we're taking those ideas and transferring them into social post ideas. So I like to get my stack of Post-it notes and I look at my list of ideas, and then I just start writing down social social post ideas. So I think about videos or memes or graphics or still photos or any number of things that I could use to convey this message to my audience through social. And it can be really fun, and I like to think about different ways to explain the same thing. So let's say that I am a beauty blogger and I want to talk about, foundation for my makeup. Then it could be cool to do an IGTV video showing you my daily makeup routine. It could be really cool to do a carousel post swiping and showing you all my favorite foundations, those sorts of things. Thinking about how to convey the same message in different formats is going to be really great for you because you're only going to have one idea to make 5 or 6 different posts, which is exactly what we want for a strong content strategy. Now, after we have written down all of our social post ideas onto Post-it notes, up next we're going to actually start building out the narrative on our marketing calendar. So remember what I said before, if you don't have a marketing calendar yet, it's absolutely okay. I'll give you my download at the end of this video, but just bear with me through this one. So you have your marketing calendar, you have all your social posts, really just start placing them where it makes sense. So you'll see in the marketing calendar that I'm offering with my social starter kit that there's overarching themes and I run them monthly. And so basically if you have a monthly theme, like let's go back to our beauty blogger, hers is foundation for the month of January, then you're gonna wanna make sure all your posts somehow relate back to that theme. So in January we're talking about foundation and in February we're talking about skincare. So let's say you have a post that is how to make sure your foundation doesn't crack. 5 tips to make sure your foundation doesn't crack. And it's an IGTV video. And then you also have a post that's how to have flawless skin through your nightly skincare routine. So obviously the foundation post would go in January, the skincare routine post would go in February. So that's a really basic example, but you get the idea. So that's what we want to do with all of our social post ideas. And so after you've gone through, you've laid out all the social posts in the publishing calendar, exactly where they make sense, it's time to take another step 4, and review your content. Is there anything that's missing? Is there a piece of the story that you can fill in? Does there feel like there's a piece of content that you're not sharing that you need to share? Are there promos that you aren't talking about? Are there holidays or events going on with your business that you're not highlighting? Those are the kind of things that you might want to be sharing on your social accounts, to be quite frank. So always make sure that when you're going through and filling out your publishing calendar, on your marketing calendar, whatever it is that you want to call it, that you're all kind of promoting the same things across all your platforms. So email, SMS, social, blog, website, etc. You get the idea there too. So after you've gone through and you reviewed your content and you figured out if you're missing any of those vital pieces, now we do step 5, which is rinse and repeat. So go back to Brainstorm, take those new ideas for social posts that you're missing for promos or holidays, etc. Brainstorm some ideas, and then go back into the planning process, place those pieces of content where they need to go, and now you've actually planned out a full month, week, quarter, whatever it is, of content. Congratulations, I am so proud of you. And now for the goods. So remember how I said I was going to offer you my social starter kit for free? This is exactly how to get it. Head to the link in my bio. You're gonna type in your email address and I'm gonna send it directly to you. Just click the link that says starter kit and you'll get it to your inbox as soon as possible. And the next video I'm gonna be sharing is gonna be all about how to take your content planning and create effective, beautiful content that's gonna resonate with your audience. Can't wait to talk more. Bye.